Well, hi, everybody. Today, we want to think about and talk about our personal space and boundaries when it comes to our own body. Each person has his or her own personal space and boundaries. Each person's personal space and boundaries are different. The classroom space, for example, has to be shared by everyone. All people need some part of that space as their own. For instance, your desk area. People will get along better if each person is respected and the personal space that each person has is respected as well. People are different, though. Some people like to work closely with a friend all the time. Some people like to be by themselves most of the time. They just need more space. Some people like to work with others sometimes and alone sometimes. Being respectful of each other's needs when it comes to space and expressing your needs clearly and calmly can and should happen without anybody getting upset. We just need to understand that some people have different preferences than we may when it comes to personal space. Everybody needs to feel valued and proud of the gifts that you have. Very early on in our lives, we can recognize physical differences between people, social differences, how they interact with each other, and educational differences, where we are in school and in learning. For example, you know that you go to different play groups from other kids, different reading groups, different grade levels, go to different sports teams. A classroom is a place where the goal is for everyone to help each other be the best that you can be. Each of our individual talents and gifts, as well as those of the people around us, should be recognized. When we are in a classroom, we're undoubtedly around people from different cultural or historical backgrounds. Their family may celebrate different holidays from you. They may attend different gatherings from you. These also need to be talked about and celebrated within the classroom. The community will allow confidence in each other and strengthen each individual to be a better citizen as they grow up. So our differences really do make us stronger when we work to understand each other. Now, there are behaviors that might prevent our group, such as a classroom, from getting along. Some of these things need to be reported to an adult, and for some, there really isn't any need to report them. So, let's think about tattling versus reporting. Tattling is usually viewed as reporting an incident that you should be able to handle on your own. Often, the purpose of tattling is to get someone in trouble. For example, when a young child won't share, that's an example of a situation where you probably could handle it on your own. But when someone's in danger, those situations always need to be reported. Bullying and teasing often occur among young people. They also occur among older people. Bullying is intimidating someone physically, through words, or through actions. Teasing is the act of irritating or provoking with someone with heady distractions, basically constantly bothering them. If a teasing behavior is repeated and it's done on purpose and it's done to try to control a person or hurt that person's feelings or hurt them physically, it can also be called bullying. Action has to be taken whenever there's bullying. We need to be sure that we report behavior that is bullying to a trusted adult. Bullying may appear as any of the following things. It might be physical violence where someone is hurt on their body. It may be rude looks across a room that constantly bother someone. It might be gestures, finger pointing, or things like that. It might be taking actions that hurt other people. It might be making threats or name calling, starting rumors, or not letting someone be part of the group. If it just goes on and it's nonstop and it's bothering someone, that's bullying. It needs to be reported. Now we add on to that a little change, a little difference. And when we see pictures like this on the screen, it makes us happy. Everyone needs to feel loved. Everyone deserves to feel loved. Hugs and kisses from loved ones and trusted people are important to make us feel good. Those hugs, kisses, and pats on the head from parents and grandparents are called appropriate touches. All of these pictures make us happy because they remind us of hugs and cuddles from our own parents and grandparents. There are things, though, called inappropriate touches. Inappropriate touches make you feel uncomfortable, scared, or nervous. Inappropriate touches are on the body where you don't want to be touched. For instance, private areas. Inappropriate touches may cause pain or icky feelings. If a person forces a child to touch him or her, or tells that child not to tell anybody that they touched him or her, or threatens to hurt the child if the child tells on them, it sounds tough to do, and it is tough to do, but you have to tell an adult who's a trusted adult so that they can help you with the appropriate response. No one should ever feel bad. No child should ever feel bad for being in a situation where they are inappropriately touched or forced to touch someone else. Don't be afraid to say no to a person if you feel like you're being inappropriately touched. Don't be afraid to run away from that person, and don't be afraid to tell a trusted adult. Every child should know that trusted adults are in their lives, and you need to be willing to go report inappropriate touches to them. It's never a child's fault if an inappropriate touch occurs. Never, ever. Children should always report touches that make them feel uncomfortable, confused, or upset. You should also report touches that are forced. We know that many trusted adults in our lives are our own family members. They can be doctors. They can be family friends. They can be teachers, people that work in schools. We have lots of opportunities and lots of trusted adults around us that we can go to if we ever feel uncomfortable in a situation. So, as we think back, we want to be positive people in our classrooms and on our teams. We want to support everybody we're around, respect them, make sure that they respect us as well. And if a situation gets to be unfair or doesn't feel right, we go and seek out a trusted adult to help us with that situation. Thanks for listening, everybody.